Today on the pod, we're talking to Joan, a method actor and scratchers enthusiast. So, Joan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, as a method actor, it's about becoming the ticket. Scratching up, down, stage left, stage right.
So what's your motivation? Because your performance feels so real.
Oh, I was just tapping into my inner scratchers.
Incredible.
Yes. Bravo me.
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
Well, it's time for today's AM Minnesota program, and it is being sponsored by Century 21 Atwood, Professional Pride Realty in Northfield.
Professional Pride Realty Northfield is now Century 21 Atwood Professional Pride Group. Same great agents in Northfield with the incredible Century 21 Atwood resources to serve real estate buyers and sellers better. The two merge their values to be unstoppable together. Professional Pride and Century 21 Atwood share the motto, "We love where we live," giving back to their communities. Go to c21atwood.com/Northfield and get a free home valuation.
Now let's head up to Northfield. News Director Gordy Kosfeld at Century 21 Atwood Professional Pride Realty.
Yeah, we're proud to be part of your Journey conference room. Pete Mergens and I are sitting here. He's got a cup of coffee. I got a bottle of water.
Life doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Well, it is what it is, I guess.
It is. It is indeed.
Anyway, the ladies from the chamber were scheduled to be with us today, but I think they got other things that they have to do. So I thought maybe we'd talk about your new venture, but we'll do that after we talk a little bit about the housing market. The first thing I said to you when I walked in your office was,
wow, Pete, Minnesota Association of Realtors states that the market is booming.
And your answer was?
I don't know if I can say what my answer was when you first asked, but yeah, to my surprise, and I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. It's just not as bright as we would normally hope in the springtime. Things are steady and picking up, but sales are down right now. I think there's no doubt the impact of what's going on in Iran and around the world with gas prices and interest rates spiking have slowed sales down. But to the point of what the Minnesota Association of Realtors says, it is a very good time to get out and buy right now because there are, as a result of this, folks, there are people that are, dropping their price a little bit. So the values are softening just a bit, and that's not an alarm either. Values were, as everyone knows, very elevated right now. And once the market picks back up, those values will snap right back into place and continue to rise. So, folks, don't let interest rates drive your decision because you are married to the home, not the interest rate. And interest rates change constantly. And, buying right now, which is probably around 6 3/4, maybe 6.5, you'll be able to refinance in a year or two or whenever the rates settle back down and get below 5%. So, that little bit of money is far outpaced by the value or growth in your real estate. So, folks, get out and look if this is what you are wanting to do right now. Moving is on your plate.
It seems to me, I recall them saying that the median price of a home statewide now is $320,000.
That seems about right, yeah. I mean, it's obviously higher in certain communities. It's higher in Northfield than that right now. But yes, that seems like a reasonable number or a correct number.
And then in the metro, and I was kind of shocked at this, it was $390,000. I thought it would be higher than that.
Well, there's a lot of new construction that's taken place over the last couple of years. I did note when you and I were looking at those numbers that new construction had fallen sharply by 15%.
Yeah.
So, but that's what drives a lot of that average. So, all in all, I think things are in a very good place right now. We just thought prior to what's going on in the world, that we were going to have an unbelievable spring. And like I said, folks, if that would have taken place, values would be continuing to rise dramatically. So you have to look at every situation. If you're trying to time the market, there's no such thing. You move for the right reasons. How many times do you hear me say that? If moving is on your plate right now and that's what you want, I wouldn't be discouraged by what you see in the marketplace. So let's continue to move forward and find positive news wherever we can, because it is there.
Well, that may be what the realtors were thinking when they put out their news release.
It is. I was
the market's popping right now.
Tongue in cheek when you said that to me as I was twiddling my thumbs at my desk. But no, it's certainly a good time to buy right now. So,
but in addition to real estate, I know another love of yours has come to fruition here.
It is, and thanks for bringing that up. I have a partner upstairs, Jamie Dolan, who runs Cannon Valley Phone Repair. Jamie and I found we have some commonalities that we've been collecting sports cards since we were young kids. Me, since I was about 10 or 11, and didn't realize it. And we found that we both have a similar passion. So we are opening a store coming soon, and it's called Milltown Cards and Collectibles. It'll be upstairs in a shared space with Jamie's cell phone repair business, but it's something that we're pretty excited about. So,
and if people were dumb like me and ruined their cards, you were telling me that that's not necessarily a deal breaker.
No, it's not. Older cards, which is what I have a lot of, they just don't hold the same value as today's cards do, especially since we didn't know all those years ago that putting Rod Carew in your spokes of your bike was a bad deal.
The rookie Rod Carew card.
But
I had a rookie Mickey Mantle card.
Well, good gracious, I hope you didn't put him in the spokes, did you?
I think I did. Yeah.
But the difference is they still hold value, and it's still a good thing to have. And so, we're trying to provide something local here. There's card shops all over the Twin Cities and in most small communities, but there's not one here in Northfield. So we're pretty excited about it.
You should be.
Yeah. It's just a hobby. I certainly real estate is what I've been doing for 25 years, and intend on doing it for another 25 years. Well, maybe not that long, but I plan on it being my main focus, so to speak. But this just gives us an opportunity to have our hobby side by side.
Well, it's something you really enjoy, and that's obviously you enjoy being a realtor too.
100%. I enjoy the people, and actually, that's what kind of prompted us to do this, because we do see a lot of other card shops and a lot of other places where that's their main business and main focus, and they are, How do I want to say that? Let me put it this way: we think that bringing back the collecting side of things and getting kids involved where it's not a lot of money. So you'll find that our cards are really well priced, and we have a lot of dollar cards and less that we sell, and we don't have a lot of high dollar cards. When you go into a lot of card shops, they'll have cards that are worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. We won't have anything like that, or at least don't intend on having that. So when you come to our card shop, I think our highest card might be $25 or $30, but 95% of them are $5 or less. And
do you know when you're going to open?
Well, we're still trying to get a few things ironed out. We kind of wanted to be open by now. Right now we have up there the cards are just in kind of our showcases and ready to go and priced, but we don't have a lot of our decorating and our signage and our website ready yet. So those are things that we're hoping to have done in the next couple of weeks. We'd love to have it coincide with, school getting out, so kids can ride their bike here and come check out our cards and see what we have, and adults. And I say that tongue-in-cheek because probably I sell a lot of my cards and have for a long time on eBay, and I think 99.9% of them are middle-aged adults that are buying and trading these cards.
Oh, sure.
So
I think I might have even had a Tony Oliva rookie card.
Oh, my goodness. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
I was a dummy, but all my friends were doing the same thing.
Well, we did the same thing. I can't tell you how many cards that I probably ruined that were of value. But you see, that's actually the fun part of the collector side to it. It's, I have still my own personal collection of things that I don't ever intend on selling. I have a book of each of the sports, and the books are full, and if I want to add to my personal collection, I have to take one out.
So you have more than baseball.
Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Even started collecting some NASCAR. There's cards for everything.
Sure.
But I'm not that interested in all sports. Probably football and hockey are my big two.
And the gum in the baseball ones was horrible.
You know what? I miss that gum. Man, I miss those days. Of course, those packs were 25 cents a pack when I was...
Loaded with sugar.
Oh, but it was delicious. It was delicious gum.
Probably why I'm diabetic now.
Well, it could be.
Because I had a lot of that when I was a kid. Well, Jerry, speaking of loaded on sugar, is going to throw it over to Linder to get the markets, right, Jerry?
That's right, loaded on a little bit of sugar and a lot of caffeine. The market update on the way, sponsored by the KDHL Agri Boosters, including Craig Keller over at the Keller Insurance Agency in Near Strand. Craig does help protect all things important to you. Also, Northfield Buildings for quality post-frame construction. Find out more. Check out their website, northfieldbuildings.com.
Good morning. It's time for a market update on this Wednesday morning here on the Linder Farm Network with Jim Emter, Van Auning Company, Alexandria. Well, corn slightly lower, soybean futures now a little higher at this hour. And Jim, what are you following today with these markets?
Yeah, Linda, a lot of back and forth. Obviously, crude oil weighed down here this morning, anywhere from $3 to $5. We've traded much of the morning, and that's kept some selling around the grain markets. I really think that's the key component. When you couple that with a favorable forecast for the most part, Linda, there's going to be some dry pockets that develop here over the next 10 days. A lack of rain through the northern plains and, northeastern corn and soybean belt coupled with warm temperatures is going to point out the areas that have not gotten significant rain. But equally, thank goodness we've gotten the rain. We've gotten ahead of this for a lot of the areas because, again, we can stomach it pretty well. We can get this crop popped up, get spraying started, and really just hammered out from there. We're going to need rain 15 days from now. I think that's going to be the key wild card here. But as for this morning, this is all about watching an Iran deal that is on again, off again. And whether we escalate war or get an agreement, Linda, it's going to have an impact to grains just as well as the energy market. So right now the anticipation is that a deal is close. So that's why you see crude oil break. That's why you see the grain market struggle a little bit. And when you couple that with a good planting pace to this point and a favorable outlook to get the rest of the crop in, Linda, it's kind of sideways to lower action for right now. And then we need to watch that drought card as we work into summer.
Livestock futures are higher. What's supporting those markets?
Yeah, Linda, it's tough to keep this market down. So obviously we spooked the fund activity, some question marks coming into a long weekend about did they want to stay long or not? Well, as we come out of the weekend, there's an apparent measure after a cattle on feed report that, again, we can shrug that off a little bit. Cash undertones should remain strong, or at least that's the anticipation. And with that undertone, we can keep the feeder cattle, live cattle supported. So I think buyers coming back in here from the investment sector, coupled with a stronger stock market here this morning. Over the hog market, even there, we're finding the July hogs joining the party. We've been hovering around this $100 area. We've warned that a nasty close below the 100 would not be good. We got 1 day's close and then bounce back. So that's encouraging to see this market step back up here, Linda. And again, we'll see if we can work back towards the 105, 106 area. That'd be your first target. But at least for the morning, we're starting out on a strong note.
Thank you, Jim. Jim Empter, Van Auning Company, Alexandria. And Chicago July corn, $4.56 and 3/4 down 3/4 of a cent. December, $4.81 and 1/4 down 3/4 of a cent. July beans, $11.89 and 1/4 up 3 1/2. November, $11.84 up 3, now up 3 1/4 at $11.83 1/2. And July soybean meal up 160. July soybean oil up 50. July Chicago wheat down 10 3/4. September Minneapolis 709 1/4 down 5. June live cattle 250.70 up 247. August up 305. August feeder cattle up 482. June lean hogs up 80. July up 117. The Dow is up 307. This is a Linder Farm Network.
Compart's Boar Store is excited to share year-end nursery closeout data of just 1.04% mortality on 237,000 head of Compart Duroc sired piglets. If you're interested in easy starting, robust pigs with industry-leading meat quality, genetic material is available through our newly expanded Boar Stud Network, as well as live boar additions. Contact Chris Compart at 507-381-9280.
Happy Acre Spreading is your source for poultry litter applied to your fields to help you maximize your bottom line. They will haul and spread the product across the Linder Farm Network listening area, and they'll be happy to give you a quote today. Call Tom at 507-521-2577. That's 507-521-2577. For Happy Acre Spreading. Give them a call today. And that's our market update on the Linder Farm Network.
The market update sponsored by those KDHL Agri boosters, including Northfield Buildings for quality post-frame construction. Find out more. Very simple. Go to their website, northfieldbuildings.com. Also, Craig Keller at the Keller Insurance Agency in Nerstrand. Craig does help protect all things important to you. We will continue with today's AM Minnesota program right after this.
Professional Pride Realty Northfield is now Century 21 Atwood Professional Pride Group. Same great agents in Northfield with the incredible Century 21 Atwood resources to serve real estate buyers and sellers better. The two merge their values to be unstoppable together. Professional Pride and Century 21 Atwood share the motto, "We love where we live," giving back to their communities. Go to c21atwood.com/Northfield and get a free home valuation.
AM Minnesota on the Mighty 920 KDHL.
Now let's head back to Northfield and News Director Mr. Gordy Kosfeld at Century 21 Atwood Professional Pride Realty.
I'm going to take a wild guess, Jerry, and say that you did not collect sports cards when you were a kid.
I bet tractor cards.
No, I remember back when I was a kid, whatever year it was, I had a card of all of the starters for the Minnesota Twins and the pitchers.
Nice. Do you still have them?
Of course not. I had to chuckle because some of mine ended up in the spokes of my bicycle, too.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a common theme.
But Pete tells me, and he just showed me, there's an app on the phone that he showed me that has values of cards on it, that even if it's not in pristine condition, you still can make some money on these cards.
Absolutely. Yeah, it would have been worth a lot more if it was in pristine condition.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, Jerry, you and I messed up there.
Yeah, even all those John Deere toys and tractors I had as a kid. Oh,
yeah. Yep, those have value, too.
Is that part of your collectibles, too?
It's not, but you never know. Someday when we move to a bigger location, that's why we're cards and collectibles, because you just don't know what it could grow into. This is just a hobby for us.
Right. No, I know it's not
so we're not looking to make our living off of the card shop, but you never know. Someday it could grow into that and be a nice retirement thing. But, you know.
And it is growing. You showed me the trend there, and
yeah, no,
people are buying cards.
Cards and collectibles in general have been on the rise really since before COVID.
The
COVID
Victor
really kicked.
Wembanyama Was that a rookie card, or just that this year card was $2,750?
And that was a special rookie card, but it was a specialty insert, and that was a card that happened to be up on the app today that I showed Gordy was $2,750. And that's a card from today, and that's what's interesting is a lot of today's cards, really the card companies in the last 15 or 20 years really perfected the formula, compared to when we were kids collecting cards. You might be able to determine that it was that guy's rookie year, but it didn't say he was a rookie that year on his card. Now they take the top 50 to 100 rookies every year for all the different sports, and they highlight them. And they make that a special card. So those are the ones you want to hang on to because that person could turn out to be one of the best there are. There's the number one draft pick in every league this year. Well, those are the chase cards.
Yeah, when I think of all the Hall of Famers that I had cards of, it's got to be worth more when they're in the Hall of Fame, right?
Sure, and think about all of the guys that are, third, fourth, fifth round draft choices that become all-stars. So that's kind of the fun of it. If you're a collector, is hanging on to that rookie card. It could be a high dollar card today, or it could be a high dollar card in 10 years. I mean, you just don't know. But that is kind of the fun part of it, is being able to collect the people that are important to you. It isn't about money, folks. It really isn't. Much of the cards I have in my personal collection, and I know Jamie the same way. You might have a card that's only worth $1, but it holds special value to you, and that's what the collecting part is all about. And everybody has different wants and desires, but money has become a prevalent part of the collecting business. But
you have a brother.
I have two brothers. Yep.
Did you trade with your brother? I traded with my brother all the time.
Not really. I traded with my friends. My brothers were older than me, 5 years older and 9 years older.
Yeah, my brother is 4 years older than me.
I am trying to convince my 9-year-old brother right now to let me get my hands on his collection. Not to sell, but just for myself. But I don't know. It's really an interesting thing. That's all I can say. But I can tell you that Jamie and I want to run a card shop that is, like I said, more geared towards collecting. And not that money isn't important, because it takes money to have a storefront and do all that stuff. But like I said, this is not something that we both have sons and daughters that love collecting as well. And that's what's important to us, is to, we're both utilizing this opportunity to teach our kids a little bit about business, a little bit about collecting and things of that nature that, our kids are involved in. And that's been our focus all along. We want it so when kids come to visit us, we're making up little special kid packs, if you will. If you come to our store and you bring a youngster in, or someone who's new to it, we're gonna just hand them a bunch of random cards, because we want people to enjoy it for what it is. Like I said, it's become very much. I think I showed you that number just for the month. It was $616 million across the world in trading cards. Think about that. It's crazy. So it's become an
economy unto itself.
It's become a giant business, but it's still the collecting part that is the most fun.
Yeah. Well, we never thought about when we were kids making money on it. Like I said, I had players that I liked that my brother had the cards, and he had players that he liked that I had cards, and we just traded.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who do that. And we may be willing to do that as well. Meaning, we're a lot of card shops will buy cards from people and resell them, and so they obviously buy it at a discounted price and then turn around and resell it. We're certainly interested in doing that. It probably, again, won't be our primary business. We're not looking to cash in $100 cards and stuff like that. So it takes money to do that. Like I said, we're not. This isn't our main business that we're doing, but at some point we hope to be able to help people and buy cards and such. So it's an exciting thing. It's an exciting prospect.
Any timeline on when you think you might be open?
Well, like I said, we're trying to, we also want to sell packaged cards, unopened cards. And so in order to get distribution for it, you need to have a brick-and-mortar building, and you need to have a website and some other things in place. So, those are things that we're trying to do. Yep. And so we hope to have the doors open in a month or less. If you're interested, you could stop by right now and look at some of our stuff. I really don't want to advertise that we're open.
Do they have professional fisherman cards?
God, I wish I have to check on that. I should find out. That'd be kind of fun. They have cards for everything.
It seems like it. You were telling me NASCAR's got cards.
NASCAR, golf, soccer, wrestling. There's all kinds of different collectible cards, which we will. Pokemon is, of course, the kind of world-renowned card that is thousands of dollars in trading of those. Jamie and I don't know much about those right now. We chuckle because we're going to have to learn about them. But we hope to have more cards when the time comes, more variety. But for right now, we're focusing on the main impact of the card trade business, and that's getting kids back into.
And again, if you're interested, it's in the cell phone repair shop above the Professional Pride offices of Century 21 Atwood here in Northfield.
Yep, and we will do lots of marketing and social media advertising and things once we are open full-time and have some regular hours and things. So we plan on having a good marketing blitz and doing lots of fun things. So we also want to have we want to sponsor some card business. Yeah.
Parties?
Not card parties, but card shows. So we want to do card shows and things of that nature. So we want to sponsor that. So we'll have hopefully a big event that we can sponsor here in Northfield.
Sounds like a good time.
It could. I don't know. I have a lot of things in the fire right now, so to speak. So,
you been fishing lately?
No, that's why, because I have so many things going on that I have not been able to get out and do.
In the last couple of minutes, anything coming up with the Cannon?
We just wrapped up our fishing tournament. We have some firearm safety things going on right now. We do have coming up another membership dinner meeting that will be coming probably in the next month. We just cleaned up our roads on the Adopt-A Highway just north of town.
I saw that you were looking for people, and I couldn't make it, but...
Yep, no, it was good. I will say this, the wood ticks are out.
Yeah, they say they're really thick this year.
Oh, my goodness. We picked a lot of ticks off after cleaning that stretch of road, so it's kind of a fun task, cleaning it.
Where is the stretch of road?
It's a mile north of town. So just when you're leaving...
on Highway 3?
On Highway 3, yep. Yep. You'll see a nice sign that says, Adopt-A Highway with the Cannon River Outdoors Club.
Cool. Very cool. So, and I'm sure when you get the next bingo
will come in the fall. We when it's nice out, people don't go play bingo, but
they don't.
Well, not from what we understand. No, I'm sure they would, but fall is the better time. Fall and winter seem to be the best bingo time. So we're going to have a really big bingo this next one. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be like at the Great Ballroom.
That's my hope. I want to have it in a much bigger venue, and I want to pack people in. I had a ton of fun last time.
Yeah, so did I. It was a good time. So, again, if people want to become members...
Yes, you can go to our website, www.cannonriveroutdoorsclub.com. Check us out.
And it doesn't matter what your outdoor love is. They'll take you in the club. It's not...
not just hunting and fishing.
It's not, yeah.
It's everything else.
Everything. Everything outdoors. Like me, I kind of like riding a bike.
Yeah. 501c3, too, by the way, and all the money goes back to kids and youth and the outdoors.
It's awesome. Jerry, take it away.
Thank you, Gordy.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Megan, trapeze artist and scratchers enthusiast. So, Megan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, they're easy to play when I'm hanging around.
Oh, okay. Like when you're relaxing?
No, like when I'm hanging on the trapeze. I swing upside down, then do a quadruple somersault, all while playing scratchers. Watch this. Ta-da!
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
There are two types of business owners. Those who are busy and those who want to be busy. Toast is designed for both, with tools to keep you humming and help turn grind into growth. That's how you turn busy into business. Toast, built for busy.